correct? I can tell. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any adjustments to the agenda? And by the way, it's good to see everybody's faces. Okay, so have you all had a chance to look at the December minutes? Those look good to you? Yeah, I wasn't there, so I read through them, but if somebody wants to motion to approve the minutes.
I so move. Jeff.
to approve the minutes from December. Yeah. Do I hear a second?
I second it.
Great. All in favor of approving the December minutes? Aye.
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 All opposed? All right, we have approved the minutes. Thank you. And I did read through the SWOT too. Thank you for doing that, everybody. Looked great. All right, so we're moving right ahead to citizen comment.
Not received any citizen comment.
No citizen comment. One of these times we'll get some citizen comments. Okay, well, we'll move right along to the Center for the Arts update.
All right. I will reiterate what Sky said. So nice to see your human faces. Thank you for coming on a Monday night. Couple things exciting happening at the center. You may have noticed on our Instagram and our Facebook page, we're doing a little giveaway for Valentine's Day, and we're giving away these little kits. It's part of the resiliency project that we're doing to raise community morale, and we are doing something kind of fun, partnering with our community services friend over at the Senior Center, our community services entity, where if you make a little Valentine out of this kit or make a Valentine out of any materials and get it back to us next week, they will be included in a lunch that will be delivered to a Sherwood senior. So we're hoping to get a lot of community support there. If you have kiddos, Winnie, Rachel, John, anyone, or even if you don't have kiddos, come get one. And that'll be a fun thing to just spread some love through our community. And if you are not following us on social media, please do. We're really trying at the Center for the Arts to do some engaging content and some interesting bits of information kind of on consistent bases throughout the week. So please follow us. Online classes are happening. We have just a handful going on, but they're going pretty well. There's an online acting class and some other online craft type classes. So those are continuing even though we're not hosting classes in our building right now. February 23rd, we're hosting another American Red Cross blood drive here, which feels great. I love that partnership. It's a good way to remind us that you know, this building is a community hub and not just a space for performance. So that's happening February 23rd. You can sign up if you can give blood. And then the last thing is right now I'm sitting in the lobby. We have purple lights reflected up into our lobby space, reflecting out into the community. And if you drive by, it's going to be up all this month. We put these up, just changed the color for Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. The purple is supposed to be a unifying color of blue and red, as you know. So those will shine on for the rest of this month. And we're thankful for those uplights that were gifted to us to use this month. And thank you, John Lyles, for your help in showing me how to work those. That's my update for the center. Any questions?
I have a comment. My son participated in one of the art classes in November. That was before, I think he only went there once, but he loved it. And he was very sad that, you know, they had to cancel it. So we're looking forward to more classes in person because I think they're more fun. But he learned a lot, and I have the art sitting in the living room that he made. So
Aw,
that was very nice.
Thanks. And we have some fabulous teaching artists.
yay.
Glad.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just love, I wanted to say I love the lights. Shanda showed them to us in our last meeting, and I think that's awesome. I'm going to drive by and try to see them. How much longer are they up for, Shanda?
I'm going to keep them up this week, at least through the end of the month. We'll see.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the wonderful update. I'm glad there's still online classes going on, and I love the Valentine idea and then giving it to the seniors. I think that's so great. I love that the friends shared it, so we are following you on social media, and we'll try to keep engaging. Okay, so looks like I'm up next with the Friends of the SCA update. We just got done with our first meeting of the year, and we basically just working on some housekeeping stuff. We talked about we did receive $450 in donations, which should have actually been $550 plus maybe more, because we found out there's some issues with our PO box and we are missing some checks that people told us they sent, unfortunately. Not sure what's going on there, but happy to have gotten any funds, mostly from PayPal. So thank you. And to some people watching right now who donated generously to our friends. And we are going to be working on 2020 some visioning about what we're going to focus on as a board for the coming year, what we can do in terms of fundraising in this climate, which is, as you all know, challenging. So we're going to try to figure out some fun and creative ways to do some fundraising. And then we're just going to do some updating of our board roles and responsibilities. And I think that was about it. Nothing too exciting. So if there are no questions about that, I will move on to the next item. And also, I know Sean is coming, but he'll be here late. So just to let you know, at least he was going to try to. So looks like the public art update is up next. Who is starting on that? Is it you or I, Shanda?
Well, should we talk about the rain activated?
Yes.
Let's start there.
Okay. So I wasn't at the meeting last time, but it sounds like talked a little bit about the rain activated sidewalk or concrete art, and a starter kit of that was ordered. So it sounds like that comes with the basic materials and a few basic stencils. I'm not sure what they say. So we as a board can go ahead and start planning how we want to execute that. We probably have enough to put it in 5+ places. Is that what you think, Shanda? 5 different spots, maybe?
Let me make sure. I'm on the website
Okay,
right now. We
sure.
bought
And then
a starter kit.
the starter kit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it sounds like we can put it on sidewalks that aren't directly in front of us. We could put it in front of a business if we get specific permission from that business. Maybe on some park pathways or trails, just city sidewalks. We could also come up with our own custom stencil that it sounds like the ladies at the center could make for us if we wanted to have a specific slogan or something that that we want to make and use, and we could even use it next year. We could, keep it something that maybe is just Sherwood specific that would work for a long time, or maybe something uplifting. So we would just need to decide who would like to be involved in this little project installation, and then deciding where and what.
Yeah, so I do want to just clarify some things really quickly. We got enough in this initial kit to cover 80 to 110 square feet. So that's a lot of potential. And we do have a Cricut here at the center that is something that can create stencils. I know some people create stencils out of all kinds of material as well. But the idea for this, just to get our brains going, the idea is that we give coverage in a lot of different areas in Sherwood, so it's not all concentrated in the same neighborhood. We want to try to spread joy and spread Rainworks pavement art in as many places as possible, and really get the impact that we want. But does anyone have any questions about the actual product or the actual project? Because we in this group will be needing to be able to speak fluently about it and answer questions about it.
I do. So
yeah.
The size, how big are that? You say you had 80 something to 110 square feet of space.
Of spray coverage.
Of spray. So if you wanted to do it in like 10 different areas, each one would have maybe 8 to 10 square feet.
Yeah.
And the stencils are they're all done, so it's not like something we adjust and make different images. They're all like a set image.
Well, I believe I ordered, and Kelsey, feel free to jump in if you wish. We ordered a basic stencil that we liked, but we can decide to create more stencils or to make a custom stencil, put various things. We just ordered one to try it out.
Yeah.
But like, we can create our own stencil. Okay. So we could use some of what it comes with and then create one of our own as well.
Or buy some of their pre-made stencils, which are pretty clever and cute.
Yeah, so we bought lily pads with frogs that we can place places. We just wanted to get one of their stencils to try it and see how it goes. But we can create, like Shanda said, almost anything on the Cricut, and we got some contact paper that we'll cut out, and that's super cheap. So if we need to get more, like if we want multiple, it's kind of a one-use thing with the contact paper, but we could make multiples for sure.
And can we get more paint?
We could.
That's it.
Yeah, and just so we're all speaking the same language, it's a water-based product. It's solvent-free. It's completely environmentally friendly. It is a Seattle company, so it's very environmentally friendly, and it just degrades over time. So I don't want anyone thinking it's actual paint. The thing that's going on the sidewalks is a water-based formula.
It's kind of like a Rain-X for concrete, right? Basically.
A little bit. Yeah.
Has everybody seen the photos of this, of what this is?
I remember at some meeting 6 months ago or something, I think we talked about something like this.
And there is a photo in our public art plan too.
Oh,
There's a photo of
yeah.
Just so everybody has an idea of what we're
throwing a bucket of water.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So it's an invisible spray is what the name of the actual product will be spraying.
And it needs to be installed in dry weather. Did you ever confirm that, or we still aren't? I'm guessing.
I'm guessing we want to do it in dry weather.
Yeah, it needs to
So
be
that it's
installed.
activated by the water.
Yeah, it has to be installed
Yeah.
or sprayed on when it's dry to start. Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
think
they'll
I
last
mentioned- oh,
for
sorry.
2 to 4 months. They'll just fade over 2 to 4 months. So that's, to me, that's pretty good impact. Good bang for your invisible spray buck.
Yeah.
So
I think
how
that's great.
dry does the concrete have to be? Do we know?
I'm not sure. Kelsey, do you know that?
I think it just needs to be like visibly dry. It's not like it needs to dry out over weeks, just a dry surface.
I mean, it was formulated to work in Seattle, so I feel like their pavement is not going to get Arizona dry. But
I'm trying to figure out the scale, like if each one is 8 to 10 square feet, so that's like 2 by 2 area. Is that big enough to draw attention?
I mean, most of what I've seen online is actually even smaller than that. Was kind of like a sidewalk square, which I'm not sure how that is, but it's definitely a couple feet maybe. But I think it's doesn't necessarily need to be huge. They're just kind of like these little hidden surprises in places. And I wonder, maybe we can look up what their stencil size is. That would give us a better idea of what we should be shooting for size-wise. But I was picturing more of a sidewalk square or maybe 2. I don't.
Yeah, you could get 2 squares out of one spot.
Yeah.
Well, and the
So
fun
you're
thing with
thinking
the lily pad one of the reasons why we got that as a first try was we can be really creative in the placement of the lily pads and the placement of the frogs. It could even be like a little path that we have people jump from lily pad to lily pad. We can place it in an interesting, creative way. So there are things that we can do that are creative outside just a square.
Yeah.
And it does say the surface must be completely dry during installation.
Oh yeah. Can you hold that up again, Winnie? Yeah.
That's what we got. Thank you.
So we need to figure out where we want to put these and what, right? So I do think it would be great if we had a saying or something like we had talked about before. You mentioned, like a Sherwood strong or a, we love you, Sherwood, or I don't know. Those are super basic, but something along those lines.
And I know back in May, you all had talked about, something about, shine on Sherwood or some kind of encouraging message that the artwork we were hoping to do would have. I'd love to hear if there are ideas that, could also be reflected in this pavement art that will literally cause moments of delight around town.
Like a be the light, be the hope, be kind, something.
And somehow evoking early spring. If we're planning on having it by early spring.
Yeah.
What is our time frame that we're shooting for?
So that's something I'd like to have coming out of this meeting too, is timeline. Luckily in Oregon, we have a long rainy season. I feel like people will need something encouraging in the next month or two with the holidays over.
And Shanda, just a reminder that if this is using community psyche funds, it needs to be complete by the end of March.
Yeah.
So ideally, it would be great if we could get it up by end of February.
Yeah.
End of March. Okay.
I mean, it's largely going to be like weather dependent, right? So
Right.
kind of have to
So
be
we
like
could be ready.
do it, right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times there's kind of a warm week in February.
Yeah.
I hope so, or I'm. So we could just be ready and waiting. We could have our plan, have our stencils ready, have our locations picked out, and then just say, okay, this next week, whichever couple days look clear, here's who's doing it, and these days.
So do we want to target a first, do you want to target a February date to start?
Yeah. What about, let's see here. What about like, we're talking about start date. So
Yeah.
maybe, let's see, it's the 25th today. So by February, oh, I'm looking at March. Oh my gosh. By February 25th? Is that too?
You mean start our weather week or whatever, and do it for a week after that, you mean, and take the best weather day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
starting February 25th. That's when we'll begin and look at the weather for that week.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Week of February 25th.
Let's, I guess, start with who would be available to do this. Obviously, we need to do it during daylight hours.
I'm available.
Awesome.
And I know the staff at Sherwood Center for the Arts, we are available and want to make this happen.
Great. And I would be available up until the 28th. Do we have 29 days or 28 days?
It's 28 this time.
28.
Yeah.
I can be available over the weekend, that time frame, so my husband can take care of the baby and I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I also could do a weekend, like a couple hours on a weekend.
Yeah.
So if
Okay, great.
it happens to be dry on a weekend.
Okay.
And I know Casey is available on weekends as well. So yeah, it might be something kind of akin to the Sherwood Sheep where we sign up for areas and distribute materials. And I know there are some volunteers too who might enjoy helping with this.
And we also might just need to be flexible in case the weekend is not dry. So yeah, so hopefully, but it sounds like at least a few of us can do it during the week as well. So
I can do
Okay.
it in the evening time. We can have floodlights or something, or
Okay.
car lights. I can help that way.
somebody can hold the floodlight,
Yeah.
somebody else can spray. Okay, so February 25th for our target. I think what else? Any other ideas of what would be a good thing or a picture or?
Yeah, I guess, do we feel strongly about putting a certain slogan or something that we could create here on the Cricut or order?
I think it'll be uplifting to have some messages like what Sky was talking about, Sherwood Strong, or, I know people are wearing masks so they can't see smile, but maybe smile with your eyes. I don't know, something like that. That just, pep up people so they're happy, and it's not just art, but also something to say that, hey, we'll get through this together.
That's good. Yeah.
Of course, the longer the slogan, the more paint it's going to use.
Yes.
Well, it does say in the in the little tutorial, it says a little will go a long way. So it sounds like we'll have plenty, and we can order another bottle too.
Is it all
Yeah,
one?
even
Does it
Say
come
that
in
again.
color, or is it just gray, a shade of gray or something?
I don't know. It looks like clear liquid.
But I mean, when it shows,
the color. Yeah, it just looks like wet pavement.
okay, it's just a little darker wet than
Yeah.
the rest, other part. Mhm.
Yeah. I haven't found the rainbow pavement spray yet, but I would love that. Yeah, this.
what about I mean, keep like we could even say raindrops bring rainbows, or if we're thinking about spring and hopeful stuff, or keep going. You are loved. I'm just throwing some things out here, hoping to spur some.
Yeah.
Be the sun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah, I was
sun.
looking up a
Be the
couple
sun.
here. I was looking
Yeah,
up
we
one that
have
says
some really
follow.
cool examples on like Pinterest, or if you
Awesome.
Google image search.
And
Yes.
Rachel has something in the background to be kind, always be your best.
Yeah.
I always quote Annie, the sun comes out.
The
I
sun will
think
come out
there's one
tomorrow.
like that.
Yeah.
I
I
think
like
there
that
is
one.
says
Oh,
that,
nice.
yeah.
Oh my
There's
gosh,
one
I
that's,
love that one. I love that one, Jeff.
Follow your dreams because they know that. Follow your dreams, they know the way.
Yeah.
That's a pretty quote. That might be a little long though, but
Or
yeah.
just dream.
Yeah. I mean, we could go back to that list of words that a lot of you came up with back in the spring, which were single words like hope, dream, persevere, but there was a shorter word for that. It didn't have as many letters.
Yeah.
Um,
And I still love kindness, because I feel like that's what we all need to remind ourselves. But if we did one like the sun will come out tomorrow, how difficult is that for the cry cut? And could we put a half sun at the bottom of it? Is that getting too complicated?
So there's a couple options. We could also order a custom one from Rainworks.
Okay.
It's a little more expensive, but I know.
But so are you saying that is something like that too complicated for the cry cut machine?
Nothing is too complicated for the Cricut machine, Sky.
It can
Oh,
do it.
Cricket. Sorry.
It's
So
okay.
so the sun. So you could do like the sun will come out tomorrow, but then maybe a separate sun.
Yeah, so we'll probably do each of the words separate, or maybe not each of the words, but it's common for me to do things in pieces. So
And
it's
just lay it
totally
out.
okay if it's long or big or whatever. We can totally work with that.
And then when you were explaining it earlier, but you can't reuse that, or you can?
Just because we got contact paper and we're going to be putting on a sidewalk, so it will lose its stickiness. We probably we'll have to experiment with it, but we could probably get one or two uses out of the same stencil. But
So if it was one word, that would be easier. But maybe we could do a few phrases in some special spots.
Yeah, I mean, we would just have each of the words would have one piece of contact paper, and then we'd stick them down to make it look like one piece.
Okay.
There's a whole section on making stencils too on their website. It's pretty nice to have all the information that we have. I feel like it will be really helpful. But it even says materials that work well for stencils, materials that don't work well. I mean, you all could create your own stencil even if you wanted to.
Okay. Well, I would just love to leave here with a few solid, like, here's what, just so, because we're trying to get it done by start a month from now. So it would be awesome if we could find a focus and a few things we know we want to do for sure.
Yeah.
I think that you guys have some good words right now. Are there any images that you would like to see?
Yeah, if we can mix words and images, that gets the non-readers of our community engaged too.
I think a sun is awesome. A heart, basic, but what else?
Can we
There
have
been a lot of cute raindrop ones.
Yeah, raindrops are
Raindrops
adorable.
appear.
I was just wondering, I don't know, maybe kids like, just the outline of the kids playing or something.
Like
just
a
to show
block
it, yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the staff was kind of excited about possibly doing hopscotch.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that. That would be fun.
Yeah, and then we could lay it out in a specific way.
That's a cute idea, for sure.
So we have sunshine, heart, raindrops, hopscotch. Any other non-text based images you want to see?
Did you say rainbow as well?
Oh, rainbow.
How about some kind of flower image?
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Something maybe like a tulip or.
Yep, tulip. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's very spring forward looking too. I like that.
Mhm. Or even just like a daisy.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of what would not be too complicated. Even though I know that the cricket can do complicated things.
I know there's a pretty, there's a couple flower stencils that they have made already too.
What
That's
about
a-
that one that you make a wish with? The flies away is the weed or something?
Oh,
Dandelion.
yeah.
Dandelion.
Yeah.
Dandelion.
I've seen one once where there was like a silhouette of a person holding like a flower. It was like an umbrella almost,
Oh, that's cute.
like
Mhm.
like a daisy style flower
Right.
as an umbrella.
Kelsey, did you say that you had some ideas from Pinterest as well?
Yeah, I don't remember them off the top of my head, but there was some really clever ones on there. And even on like the Rainworks, there's one that says proud to be rainy, which like
Mhm.
being from Oregon, I feel like that's part of our culture.
Yeah, I like that. That's cute.
It's also
Um,
nice to like turn it around. Like rain is not always a bad thing. These lovely images will appear.
Or we could say thank you, Rain.
Something cheesy like the rain makes the grass grow or the flowers grow or something like that.
Is it rain brings spring flowers or something? I don't know.
Yeah, something along
Yeah.
those lines.
Yeah. Any other phrases that pop out or words that you would want to see appear as text? I did put the sun will come out tomorrow.
I
Sorry,
like
the musical
that.
theater person in me loves that one. So
Yeah, I love that one too. I think even just the simple ones like be kind
happy. Yeah.
and keep going.
Or like
Yeah.
choose happy or something.
Choose
Yeah.
Like
happy.
Bobby McFerrin, don't worry, be happy.
Yeah. Yep. Together. I don't know, something like to say, hey, we're in this together kind of thing.
yeah, like we're all in this together.
Keep going, Sherwood. Or yeah.
Keep going can be a fun one too. I know some kids in our over the summer wrote "Keep going, you've got this" with chalk all over the neighborhood, which was helpful when some people were trying to like run and terrible.
What
yeah,
about
you've got this. I like that. I love that.
or I like just keep swimming.
Oh, that's a good one. I remember that one. That's
Easy.
great. Just keep swimming. Yeah.
There's a couple little splash, like little splash mark,
Yeah.
like splashing.
I love that. I love that.
feel about, I do want something Sherwood centric. I really like the idea of Sherwood strong. Do you like that particular phrase, or is there a better phrase that comes to mind that makes it super hyper local?
The only. Oh, go
I
ahead.
like to shine on Sherwood, like you said. Just a lot of projects have to do with light lately,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that better than Sherwood Strong because Sherwood Strong just really seems like sports to me for some reason. So
Yeah.
shine on Sherwood.
Well, and that that's kind of been a theme for us since May. I like that.
And it can go for if there, future light stuff happens or.
Yeah.
I feel like it speaks to it's raining, but shine on even when it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay sunny.
It's a lot of play on words, and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play on words is great.
Yeah.
Do we need to, so because obviously we're going to need to make some of these decisions. Well, will we before our next meeting, if we need to finalize some stuff, do we need to have a little breakout committee that can do finalization so we don't have to wait till the next meeting to, order another,
I think honestly, these are some good ideas. I would love to take this to the Art Center staff and we see what is feasible and see if we can see how many of these we could do. We've got a lot of sidewalks around town, and none of these are bad ideas. I would love to just sit down with Leah and Kelsey, frankly, and see like what can we do? What's our capacity to make as many of these happen as possible?
Yeah, I think once we get the stuff in the mail, and I just found my tracking number, so I'll double check when it's arriving. But we can start playing and see once we have our hands on it, we can really see what we can do more, and maybe we can do some stuff and then send you guys like this is what we think that these are the ones that we can do or something, and then because if we're gonna do the end, oh never mind, we have one more month, so.
well, yeah, that would be nice if we could just be included in that. If
Yeah.
Just curious, do we need a permit or something to do it on the side? No.
We do not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
we did check on that. Well, and we might want to, I would love to invite anyone in this body to come and I think we should do some test runs out on our brand new concrete outside of the Art Center. So maybe that would be a helpful thing. You will all be included in, let's do some test runs and see how long it takes, how labor intensive it is, and is it feasible to do 2 or 50?
Right.
So we should have that probably this next week or so, I feel like.
Yeah. Try to track it while we're still on here and let you guys know.
Awesome.
So then do we want to talk about location or no? Yeah. Well, you just said a great one, the Art Center.
I think there should be something on one of the sidewalks going up to the top of Snyder Park,
Nice.
either the back sidewalk or the one next to the parking lot.
Do you think like by the YMCA, maybe like kind of by the skate park?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
But
Mhm.
I think a lot of the schools get a lot of walking traffic, all of them, like sidewalks out front.
Yeah.
yeah, Ridges, there's a ton of kids all the time around there.
And they have supply pickup almost every Thursday now.
Yeah, that's a good point. So like Archer Glen is a walking school only, so they would have a lot.
Okay.
And I love the idea of it being on one of there's so many pathways that everybody runs and walks on, but one of those main ones back there through Woodhaven.
Onto Stella Olson type area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to get as many geographic areas and also ones that'll hit different demographics. Like if there's sounds like there's a lot of parents and kids walking for supply pickup. Are there any other places that you notice, like seniors walking, or
I see a lot of people waiting at the bus stop on
So that
on Sherwood Road next to the Regal Cinemas.
okay.
also that park that's where we used to line up for the Robin Hood Festival parade, that tiny little skinny park. There's also like a retirement community over there. Is it Avamere, the older one?
The Springs.
Yeah, you're right, Springs. I see folks walking up and down the sidewalk all the time from that neighborhood and that facility there.
I like the idea of bus stops too. Whoever said, I mean, if you've ever driven by someone waiting at a bus stop in the rain, like that might be a moment of delight needed.
There is a place along Sherwood Boulevard, just past the schools, if you're going from Old Town to 99, that there's that apartment area, and there's always older people sitting out there, and you can tell that they're just sitting out there just to get out of their houses for the day. And I think that that's a cute.
And there's
it's kind of
also
right by the senior center too.
and there's also a bus stop there as well.
Yeah.
I haven't been out. It's been a few months, but I've been to the library. So in front of the library, I don't know. I see a lot of people waiting for the books.
Yeah, when they're doing book pickup, that's a nice one.
I know Jeff already said the sidewalk leading up the trail to Snyder Park, but the front of Snyder Park, there's so many people that come to play soccer games and practice, and they come from out of town as well, from all over. So I know a lot of people would see that, and especially the kids going to the 8 a.m. soccer practices and it's raining. That might be a little perk you up in the morning.
Or the little siblings who are waiting for their older siblings to,
Yep.
Just curious, is there a plan to put something on social media as like a scavenger hunt to go look for all these places during rain time?
Yeah, I think it would be really fun to engage in that way, and maybe post, I mean, we could ask people to post selfies of themselves with it, and have a hashtag that people could follow along. I think it's a very social media friendly connector. How do people feel about that?
Oh,
I love it.
Definitely need a social media.
Yeah, we also, I mean, part of the fun will be alerting people to keep their eyes out. Hopefully it'll spur some people to go outside and walk in the rain.
And they might put their picture up with it, which would be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have some kind of contest. If people find them all, they can get a little prize or something.
A sticker.
I mean, we do have stickers. No, I like the idea though. Does anyone want to, what are thoughts on that?
Next free art class at, art center.
Would they need a little game board of like where all they all are? Or like would they just like check off when they find them?
Kind of like a passport of sorts.
Yeah, so I mean, we've done passports with Family Matinee Series and with the Art Walk, which are good. I do know during COVID time we've done away with those physical, pen to paper and stamps and things like that. We're also not here at the center during regular business hours to do that. In non-COVID time, that would be a lot easier. I think we might want to just do it on social media, keep it contact free, but we could run something on social media too, where we say, how many have you found?
Yeah.
And
I think it's more the fun of, can you find all these, spots, and not necessarily a prize or anything, but.
And say how many there are so everybody knows, I need to look for one more.
Yeah.
And I can totally see doing something like that with my girls. Like, let's go out and try to see, get out for a walk on a rainy day and see what we can find. And maybe we could give little hints or clues.
Yeah. Well, and we could monitor too how many are coming in. If everyone's finding the same, the same 5, but no one's
Yeah.
finding the 6th and 7th one. I think it could be really fun. I know in our town we're doing scavenger hunts, visual scavenger hunts. So this is kind of along those lines, that it's just rain appearing.
Maybe you have some along that other project that we were all a part of, the historical walking tour. Put them at different places in between.
Ooh.
Try to tie it in that way.
So to monitor what people are finding, then we probably need a hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag Shine on Sherwood.
Shine on Sherwood. I mean, that is a good hashtag.
I like that.
Have we not used that one before?
We have not.
There you go.
So I just wrote it out. Is that too long, or is that a good one? You're social media people.
I don't think that's bad at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shine on Sherwood.
The only thing I would say is, I think it's great, but does it need to? I mean, we are sending positive messages, so I get the shine on. It just doesn't have anything to do with like the rain or the. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of does. It's kind of like even in the rain, the sun will come out tomorrow.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, and we can, we can ask people to use one hashtag, and then we can I almost said retweet, wrong platform, but we can put it out with, 12 different hashtags too.
Yeah, I love the Shine on Sherwood, but I'm also thinking we're are we asking people to go out in the rain? So something, go out Sherwood, or be active. I don't know, something like that, so that they leave their houses during rain to go find these arts.
I mean, it could even be like rainy day Sherwood. Or.
Yeah.
I feel like that will be solvable.
Rain.
We'll figure out
Rainy
something
thoughts.
cohesive.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But overall, I do like, Shine on Sherwood is a great hashtag.
Yeah.
Hi, Sean.
Hello. Hi. Sorry I'm late. Had another
That's okay.
Conflict tonight. So
I think we're just finishing up figuring out our sidewalk invisible spray project. Wait, what are we calling it?
So we're going to call it rain activated.
Rain activated. Yes.
excellent.
And I think, too, just want to make sure, that we are giving equity, I guess, to all the quadrants of Sherwood. I'm not as familiar with the other side of 99 W, but if there's areas over there, I just want to make sure John's got that side of the that side of the highway, but just make sure that we have an eye towards hitting different neighborhoods. So I'm just gonna put that out there. I feel
something
that
I noticed too with the walking tour way back when I tried helping out with some of the signs. When I first started with the commission, I didn't know about the walking tours. And I'm like, well, we have put out signs all the time. I'm like, well, I didn't come down. I didn't know about downtown all that much either.
Yeah.
So put a couple signs on the other side of 99. You know what I mean? Because I'm probably not the only one that hasn't ventured over being brand new at the time.
So maybe our next step, Sky, tell me if this is what you're hearing as well. We will receive the kind of starter pack that we ordered, and then we will let all of you know when we're going to test it out. We'll test it out outside our own doors here and get a sense for how long it takes, how user-friendly it is, how many adult humans does it take to make a lily pad appear. And then we can decide from there what our capacity is, and have a plan for hitting all these places. This is a great list of areas to hit that you all just came up with.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. And you wrote down all of the phrase ideas. I think you've got our favorites there, and you can let us know if those will work. I think we all love that the sun will come out tomorrow one.
Yeah.
Seems to be a big contender. But no, there was great ones. So sounds good. We'll just look info. We have February 25th as the target date, and then we can hope the weather works out for us.
Yeah, and we'll also, Art Center staff will meet, we'll chat tomorrow and just try some different things out on the Cricut and see what our capacity is there too. So,
Okay. Yeah, and just let us know if for some, I don't think, but if for some reason none of those work, or you know what I mean, let us know if we need to come up with some other ideas too.
I found a ton of short, nice ones that I'm going to send over as a zip file to Shanda and Kelsey.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Sorry, I just lost you guys. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I even liked the one I saw from Rainworks, the Stay Dry out there. That was a cute one too. Okay, so unless we have any more comments on that project, actually there was one thing I wanted to ask you, Shanda. A few weeks back, we had all decided or voted to send the murals plan off to City Council, and I think you were going to talk to Joe about it. Where are we with that?
So that is being sent to sending to the City Council this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Joe has seen it, and everyone who needs to see it has seen it at that level, so I'm excited.
Okay, fantastic.
I did want to say, while we're still on the topic of public art, I wanted to give an update on Be the Light. I know we had all spoken about that last time as well, and Be the Light is still on the horizon. We're just still waiting to see if our county can get down from the extreme risk tier in order to fully realize that. So kind of the same place that we were in a few weeks back. But we'll continue to keep you posted. Yeah, we'll get there. It's still a great project.
And that Be the Light project, is that one that we would need to execute by the end of March as well?
Yeah, so the funds need to be spent. It would need to be up by March 30th.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. So we are hoping things can change soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
And there are allowances. There are allowances for outdoor gatherings. For us, we want to make sure it's not just, the letter of the law, but also the spirit of the law. We want to make sure that even if we are allowed to gather, it needs to feel safe to the participants and
absolutely.
Not feel like it's flouting anyone's sense of safety.
It needs to be a good example.
Yeah. Even if
So.
we're technically allowed, we have to feel like it's the right time and the right message. to send having an outdoor thing.
Absolutely. Okay. Great. Is that all of the public art updates? Is there anything else?
No, I hope to have
Okay.
a lot on February 15th. Some more. That's all I've got for now.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thank you for that discussion, everybody. It looks like we will be moving on to a council update by Councilor Garland.
I'm glad I got here on time.
Yeah,
Yeah, next meeting is on the 2nd of February. So, what is that? I guess not tomorrow, but the next Tuesday. Actually, a pretty light agenda. Really, pretty much all consent items. Our new Metro councilor will be joining us. Craig Dirksen has moved on from the Metro, and so we have Garrett Rosenthal was elected in November, so he's going to join us on the meeting. Just kind of introduce himself and talk a little bit about what his goals and what he hopes to accomplish as our new Metro councilor. So that's going to be kind of the exciting thing on the 2nd, and then moving through February, a little bit more work on some of our planning, as far as like land use planning, Brookman refinement plan. We're actually going to have a work session on the 16th about the pedestrian crosswalks, just kind of a discussion on whether we want to have any kind of cohesive plan for crosswalks, some kind of, we have a lot of different crosswalks in town that they all look a little different. So we're wondering if we want to, work on some type of plan that brings them a little bit more in alignment, makes them more visible for some of our pedestrians. One of the things I did forget to mention on the 2nd, the upcoming meeting, is we're going to have a work session after our council meeting, just an update on the pedestrian bridge planning and contracting. Again, for those who may not be following closely, there's just some discussions that we've had with potential pedestrian bridge spanning the 99W at Sunset near the new high school. So one point being at the YMCA at the corner there at the intersection of 99 and Sunset, spanning all the way across the traffic circle by the new high school is the original plan that we've seen. I don't know if that's been updated or not. And then landing close to the high school, so the new high school. So hopefully we'll have some updates in our work session next Tuesday. So that's exciting. The City Council is actually going to hold our annual goal setting meeting on the 20th, which is a Saturday. So we'll be getting some overtime pay for that. Of course, I'm kidding. We don't get paid. But so we're actually going to try and hold that at the Art Center and be as cautious as possible. Is that a word? Precautious?
Yeah.
As cautious as possible, take as many precautions as possible. So we actually have a consultant that we use for these. We're going to bring back the same consultant that we had last year's goal setting sessions. It worked really well last year. So bringing them back in and probably only have one goal setting session this year. As you know, we are bringing back all of our same counselors and our mayor that we did from last year. So, we're really going to be furthering the goals that we've set previously for ourselves, getting an update from staff on how well we've achieved or the progress we've made towards some of the previous goals that we've set last year and perhaps even in previous years. So again, just kind of keep moving forward with our goals. So it's always a really good session. It's a full day session that we have from 9 to 3 with everybody to get us moving through 2021. And that's about it. I mean, there's other kind of boring stuff that we're doing, but nothing too notable. But certainly open for any questions that anybody might have.
I do have one about the bridge. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
So the bridge section that is, I just want to make sure I'm understanding it right, that was to go from Meineke that area. That one is slated to happen for sure. And was that was part of Washington County's
Like a Cedar
transportation?
Creek trail. I don't know if that's for sure or not. I
Okay.
know it's something we've been looking at and have that second crossing there at Cedar Creek. But the work session that we're going to have on Tuesday is specifically going to talk about this other pedestrian bridge.
Okay.
I believe is my understanding.
For some reason, I thought that was in Washington County's plan, but it's not. So both of them are up in the air.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Just curious. It's really weird not being able to see anybody else's face but mine and Shanda's.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I had my camera
Sorry.
turned off.
There you are.
Hey, hi. Welcome. Yeah, sorry about that. Didn't realize I had
That's
my
okay.
All right.
Any other questions? Well, thank you for the update.
Of course, thanks.
Sounds like business is trucking along. Do we have other tonight? I don't think so.
I don't have anything on our other.
Okay. Well, unless anybody has anything else, I think we are done.
Yeah, I'd love to thank everyone for showing up, and
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing, I look forward to making pavement art with you all.
Thank you very much.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hey, Sky,
everybody.
can you